Hello, welcome to Peace Love Houseplants. My name is Heather. Today we are going to repot some cool plants and talk about them. Hi, thanks for sticking around. These plants have been in moss since I bought them, and for some reason I've been putting off dealing with them, but today is the day. So first we're going to do my Monstera Ansonii Aria. I swear these plants hate me. All Ansoniis hate me, but I love them. So I'm going to keep trying. All of these plants have been in a bin, growing in a bin. So I feel like they're not getting too much light, but a couple of them are like not happy. There are air vents in the bin. So I know they have good airflow. I don't let them dry out. I'm like really paying close attention to their care, yet they're still not super happy. So I'm hoping that maybe getting them out of the moss and then putting them in some real soil will help them be happy. And some of them are. Some of them are fine. A couple of the other ones are looking a little raggedy. So I don't know, maybe it's just a change in their environment. A bunch of these I got from Maya. She is on Palmstreet. If you haven't been on Palmstreet, you should totally come and take a look at the app. It is unbelievable. It's so fun. Live plant sales, everything you can imagine. There's a bunch of reptiles now and makers, people who make things plant related, t-shirts, all kinds of stuff. So if you haven't checked it out, you should follow this link right here so that you can come in and get started on your new addiction. It's a lot of fun. It's dangerous, but it's a lot of fun. So I'm just going to get as much of the moss off of this plant as I can, off of the roots as I can. From what they say, you don't want to have a ton of moss because it can contribute to root rot, and nobody wants that. So let's just power through. I think removing all this moss has actually been what stopped me from doing this like weeks ago, because I know that it's going to be like a pain in the butt. And yeah, I don't like it. I don't want to do it, but I'm doing it now. So, oh, and also if you have any plant chores to do, you should totally get them out and do them with me, because it's a lot more fun to do stuff that we don't want to do when we have a friend doing it with us. So now's your chance. Go get your stuff. I know you have plant chores to do. And then here are the roots. We do have like a little bit of this like blackening kind of on the, I think it's just the moss where it's touching, where it was touching the cup. I'm wondering if I should just cut those roots off or not. Can't tell. I mean, the root underneath seems okay. I'm just not sure. But yeah, I don't know why. I don't know if it's just being an Aria and browning here or what. Because I mean, the plant's growing. It seems to be happy enough. But I'm just gonna like pick that off. Kind of sad. And then I really hope that it doesn't revert, because I swear, when I spend money on variegated plants, a bunch of times they have totally reverted. And I guess it's just like the risk we take, but it's super annoying. How many of you have spent some real money on some fancy variegated plants? just to have them go back to a plain old green plant that you could get at the Home Depot. Raise your hand in the comments. You can say me. I've totally had my plant revert. So I'm hoping that this guy does not revert. This newest leaf is still looking good. This one, and then this is the newest one, and I think it's just trying to like burn in. But this one's really pretty, and then this one was really pretty. So I think that's about as good as we can get it. Root free of moss wise. So I'm just going to put this bad boy in a nice chunky mix, and we're going to go from there. Everything's fine. Oh my gosh. You guys, this is part of the reason why we have to do this right away, because they're just like falling over. These little cups can't support them anymore. But let's move this over here. And then, oh, I got my new little scoopy scoop. I'm just going to put all these roots inside here. I'm actually going to bury it down like this, I guess. I'm still learning. So cut me some slack if you see me do something, you know, questionable. But so far, I mean, I managed to keep like hundreds of plants alive, so I can't be a total, you know, like dummy. But I'm always learning, and I think it's important to be open to new ideas and tips and tricks and all that jazz. Because as much as some people think, we actually don't know everything. None of us knows everything. Well, there may be some people out there that do, but most people who think they know everything, they don't. So, yeah, just like that. Down in here. And then lately, when I've been repotting, I've been putting the freshly potted up plant into just like a bucket of water. Because you know when you like go to pour water off onto the new soil and it's like dry, so then it just like lifts and like falls out. So I figured that, or I noticed that it's better if I just put them into some water and like let them bottom soak for a while. And that is what I've been doing just to keep the soil in place and not make a massive mess. Okay, one plant down, back to the moss. So let's do this one. So that was the Adansonii aria. That is like kind of happy, but you know, like also being an aria, I guess, meaning that it's just like melting. The variegation is melting. But so far this cutie is doing well. You may have seen me open this one up. This is a Japanese global pothos. Actually, let's put this tag back in. Right in there. Okay. So this is the Japanese global pothos. I'll put like a closer look of it over there. A closer look at it over there. But it's really cute and it's totally growing and I love it so much. And it's definitely time to get it out of this cup. My gosh, look at these roots. It's a happy little plant. It's so pretty. Seriously, you're going to see a bunch of pothos today that are just like next level pothos. They're not your grandma's pothos, not your like regular old golden pothos. Although I've seen some stunning golden pothos. And I am currently trying to grow one up a moss pole. Hopefully, once it actually starts to grow and size up, we can talk more about that. But in the meantime, we're talking about this little Japanese global pothos, and it is so cute, so adorable. I've gotten a bunch of plants from Maya. Most of these plants are from Maya. If you haven't seen, I did a tour of her place, like a little plant tour, and holy crap. Like, if you think I have a bunch of plants, she really has a bunch of plants. And they're all stunning. Everything there looked happy and healthy. It's really cool. And she does sell on Palmstreet, like I said. So, and she's local to me, which is amazing. Um, yeah, cute. These roots are looking pretty happy. Yeah, I'm happy to get them out of this moss because it's freaking me out. I'm so much happier just taking care of something in soil. Feels a lot more comfortable with that. So let's get her in here. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Pop her up. There's this big chunk of dirt. Get that out of there. I'm just using kind of like a chunky mix with soil, orchid bark, and some big perlite, some like number 3 perlite, I think. And hopefully they like it. And then the water they're soaking in is actually my nutrient, my kind of like high nutrient water. I'm trying like a new fertilizer. I can't remember what it's called because I ran out of my liquid dirt and I was like, I have so much fertilizer here. My buddy gave me when he stopped growing stuff. So I figured I might as well use some of that. But I will let you know what it's called. I'll just put like the name of it right here. Maybe like right over here. But yeah, here's my little global. Japanese global pothos. Looking cute and all set up. I'm gonna put her in the water. We'll put her tag back in here too. So we know what we got. Even though I don't think I'd forget, but still, I mean, things are crazy. You never know. Let's do this one next because it's like another one that's not very happy. This is a Philodendron fibrosum, and you can see it's kind of like faded out there on that leaf. And I'm wondering, and this is the newest leaf here. And I'm just wondering if like it's getting too much light, but I feel like it's not getting too much light. And they are like far enough from the grow lights that they should be fine. They have air. I'm just wondering if like they just don't want to be in the soil anymore. So I'm hoping that this will help them, you know? Maybe it's just that the leaves are like, these are really wet though. Like this moss is really wet. And I swear I have not been like watering them that much. Maybe I have. Maybe when I thought they were drying out, they just weren't. Or like they're all drying out at like different speeds and I'm watering them too much. I don't know. Maybe I'll just back. It'll be easier to judge it once I have them in soil. I feel like, so hopefully we can watch them, you know, like watch them. I was going to say, what's the opposite of decline? Thrive, maybe? I don't know. Because like this one is not thriving right now. I don't like doing plant videos of like plants that are struggling, but it also is just like the reality of the hobby. So I'm not going to hide the fact that I don't always know 100% what I'm doing and that I make mistakes and I'm still learning. So you're going to have to see some plants that look like crap sometimes. But I think it's more important to just keep it real instead of, having some facade like I'm some kind of like perfect horticulturist who knows exactly what I'm doing with every plant at all times, because I just don't. I don't. I'm doing the best I can. And I think that makes me a pretty awesome plant mom. They get a lot of attention. Maybe they get too much attention. Maybe that's the problem with this guy in particular. Maybe he's getting too much attention, meaning like too much water, too much light, too much of something, or maybe it just needs a little more nutrients. I just don't know. But first things first, I'm going to get this moss off these roots. They look good. They smell good. There's no sign of any like root rot or anything. It's raining outside right now, and I love that. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's amazing. I love the rain. Plant number 3. So a philodendron fibrosum. I'm going to put a closer shot of it over here so you can see it. It's got these like little hairs on the petiole. I'm kind of a sucker for like a philodendron with a fuzzy petiole, including one of my favorite philodendrons, philodendron fuzzy petiole. So I thought this was cute and I'm excited to watch it grow. And I'm thinking about just cutting this leaf off. I think I'm going to. Hang on. All right. While I was up, I grabbed some water and I grabbed the snips and I grabbed that new fertilizer that I'm using. I think I got this one actually in a giveaway. And then I ordered some anthuriums, but I think the anthuriums failed. And then they still sent me the fertilizer. So Tazula plants. I just started using it today. So we're going to check that out. And then I'm going to have another drink because I have like a frog in my throat. Well, let's get this guy cleaned up because I'm so sick of looking at this leaf. Looks like crap. I'm so sorry, but if I've learned nothing from a Sydney plant guy, it is like just cut off the ugly leaves. Just cut them off. Like if you don't want to look at them, cut them off. The plant will grow back. It will grow. It'll grow new leaves and they're going to look pretty. I know I reference him a lot, but I've just like been into watching his videos lately. But I watch a lot of other plant content makers as well. I really like watching Jacqueline's Jungle. She's really fun. I found her like a couple of years ago. I watched, like I said, Sydney Plant Guy. There's also, geez, now that I put myself on the spot, I'm like, who do I watch? I'm curious who you guys watch, actually. There's like Only Plants. I just started watching some of Sean's videos. I like Unplant Parenthood. She's really cool. She has these long content videos. They're like a whole week of like, they're like an hour long. And I love to just put them on in the background while I'm doing stuff and listen to her talk about her plants and organization, which is always a good thing because I need some organization in my life. I don't know. There's a bunch of them that I watch. Now I can't think of any, but those are like kind of my go-tos for plant videos. And usually sometimes I watch them, and sometimes I just have them on. So in the background, I'm always doing stuff. So it's hard for me to just like sit and watch a video, but I'm not sure what's going on there, but I don't know. Philodendron fibrosum now in some soil and hopefully she'll stop being a jerk, but we'll see. I really hope I don't lose it. I don't know. It happens. Some live and some die. All right, so this is cool. This is another plant from Maya. This is a Taruno Bumpy. Taruno is the man who created these varieties or cultivars of pothos, and it's very cool. It is actually really bumpy. I'll put like a close-up over here for you. I love it, and it's gotten super variegated since I've had it. I think it's just like the higher light situation that it's in, but I'm actually going to plop off some of these older leaves. Plop off, pop off. Ooh, they're like sturdy. Okay. I mean, I have scissors right there, but you know, let's just be animals. So I'm super curious who you guys are watching. If you're watching anybody interesting that I should check out, maybe I don't know about. I'm always looking for fun plant content and like a new plant influencer to watch. Wow, this moss is really, this thing is really, I really should have done this a while ago. I just was putting it off and making the problem worse. This is like the coolest plant ever. And it's just a pothos. I say just, but like I'm really into these new pothos that I've discovered. And I also feel like pretty confident that I can keep them alive because they are pothos. So, but if I can get this moss off, that would be really great. I'm trying not to like rip the roots apart. Anyway, so I've had a fun summer so far. Did some camping out at Boca. That was really fun. Did some paddle boarding. Went to this cool like bluegrass folk kind of rock concert like a couple of weekends ago. That was really fun. It's at the J. So the J is like downtown and it's got this big open venue, like open air outdoor venue with all these like old signs from like old casinos and hotels. And it's really cool. It's the first time I've been to that venue. So it was really fun to check that out. Dude, this is crazy. I'm just going to like speed this up for you because this is nuts. All right, we're actually getting there. It's been 84 years, but we're almost there. So I did like a little plant pop-up. Like I was part of this community market over the weekend. It was so rad to like meet some of the people that I interact with on my plant group. And also to just like meet all kinds of people and like assure them that they can keep plants alive. It was really fun to like share what I know. And mostly it was just cool to meet so many just kind and friendly people. Seriously, plant people are like the best people. I'm telling you, unbelievable. Like so many just smiles and friendly chit chat. And so I got to spend like a couple of hours like selling some of my little propagations and also just like doing my favorite thing in the world, which is like talk about plants. I know that like the people who are closest to me in my life are like, we don't want to hear about your plants anymore. But like, so now I can like subject other people to my plant babble. And that makes me really happy. So, all right, I think we got it. I think we got it. I almost want to chop it, but I'm like, I kind of don't want to. Like, I kind of want to chop it so that I can get like a fuller pot, but I don't think I'm quite ready. So I'm just going to go ahead and pot it up. And then it's great. Look at all these roots that are like growing. I don't know if you can see that. They're growing because it's so humid in the prop bin that all the nodes are like totally popping off. But I'm actually gonna like don't look, Ethel. I'm gonna cut these off so the plant looks a little cuter. And sometimes they like grow into each other's pots, and that's like a hot mess. So yeah, let's just get her into a pot and hopefully keep her nice and happy. She's getting a little smaller in the leaf department here too. So I don't know. We're gonna figure it out though. Something's not 100% right in that bin, but we're gonna figure it out. Let's just plop her in here. So what have you guys been doing over the summer? Do you have any fun plans or have you done anything cool? I would love to hear about it. Do you have any new plants? I would love to hear about that. It's like I really am just hanging out here with my plants. I really would love to build like more community on this channel. And the best way to do that is for you guys to leave comments and tell me more about yourselves and what you're doing. So I would love to hear more about you guys if you're willing to leave us some comments. I don't know, or not. I'm just happy that you're here watching. and checking out all my new plants. Most of these are some of my newest plants, so it's pretty fun. So I have a plant event that I'm going to in Sacramento soon, and I'm going to film it for you guys. It should be really cool. I've never been to one of the events, but I'll tell you about it more when it actually happens. But that's coming up soon, and then I'm going to get to see the offspring play soon too. So that's really exciting. Get in there. All right. Moss bucket is totally getting gross. I just cleaned the plant room and I should have put a tablecloth because there's like this little crease, little open area where the table folds, and might have to vacuum like again. Let me get this guy situated because he keeps falling over. This is the Torino Linda. Also really cute. Torino Linda. Oh wait, let me put the tags back in here. So this is the Torino Linda pothos. I also got this from Maya. She's like a hardcore like pothos collector. I mean, she had a bunch of varieties I've never even heard of, but I never really explored pothos. I kind of just thought like, okay, like a pearls and jade and joy, like golden pothos, you know, like all the basic pothos that you hear about. I never really realized that there were so many varieties. So she really opened my eyes, and I'm so glad about that. We're gonna get this bad boy out of the moss. Check this out. Look at all those roots. I really want to like put it on a pole, but I can't do any more poles. I can't do any more moss poles. I'm like moss poled out. They are a lot of work, you guys. Seriously, there's so much work. I feel like I water them constantly, and I'm always trying to I'm always checking them, and I feel like it's like every couple of days. I haven't been running my humidifier in here, and I'm hoping as much. So I'm hoping that if I start running it a little bit more, that maybe they won't dry out so quickly. But man, I gotta hand it to people who have like a ton of moss poles because it is work. It's just as much work as I thought it was going to be, honestly. But I'm hoping that it'll be worth it. So far, I don't know that I've got a whole lot of, roots in the poles yet, but it's going to happen. It has to happen, right? All right, let me just get all this moss off here. Oh my glob. Holy macaroni. Okay, so it's been a million years, but I've got quite a bit of this off here. This is like seriously a reminder to just like not put off your plant chores if you can help it. Just do them because oh my gosh, look at all these roots. This is freaking nuts. And the moss has just like become one with the plant. I wish I could just stick this in soil without cleaning the moss off, but I really do agree with what I've read and watched on the YouTubes that it's gonna rot out the roots. So I think that's probably good enough. But like, holy guacamole! Check out all those roots that were like crammed in this little cup. Crammed in this little cup. So hopefully this will make the plant happy, happier. Actually, really happy. Both of those are fun. They're so resilient and easygoing. I'm so glad I have more of them. Yeah, that's nuts. All right, switcheroo. Oh my gosh. I literally can do nothing without making a mess. Bring it on over. Plop her in there. Jeez. I'll like put a few of these in here too. I don't know. I'm eventually going to cut these, but not today. Let's just get them repotted. in a couple of weeks, I'll probably chop them up, but they're going through something right now, and I really don't want to like add to that. So I'm just gonna get them acclimated to their new pots and then chop, 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 chop. I would love to like actually have a bushy plant of all of these, like a bushy pot. In time, it will happen. You got to have patience when you're growing plants, or you have to spend a ton of money, which, you know, I don't want to do. So, but part of the fun is watching them grow, right? Pothos Linda. And her little name tag. I'm just gonna like leave the roots. I feel bad for chopping the ones off that other one, so I'm just like not gonna go now for this guy. But yeah, really cool texture. I'll make sure I show you like a nice close-up of it, but texture on these leaves are really neat. Definitely different than your everyday pothos. I feel like they're less bumpy since I've gotten them, the bumpy and the Linda. So I'm not quite sure why, but I still think they're beautiful. Okay, next plant. Let's move it along. This is a Torino Carnival pothos. I actually won like a big one, like a longer strand, at Maya's like plant sale that she does. Like,
Hi, this is the point where my microphone must have died. So I'm just going to let you know what I'm talking about here and we will wrap up this video. I just want to show you a close-up of the Torino Carnival. Look how beautiful it is. Look at those leaves. Like the variation on that is just absolutely stunning. And I have a couple pieces of this plant now and I am super excited to watch this guy grow. Right now I'm just gonna pull off some more of this moss and get it potted up. I'm gonna show you another close-up of the plant I'm actually working with right now. So up in the corner there, this is the little plant that I just repotted. And it's looking really healthy. It's a pothos, but as you can see by like the lovely faces I am making, the roots are like borderline rotten. Like I'm pretty sure I said something like a week from now they'd probably be rotten. So I am so glad that I decided to finally get these chores done, and it was seriously almost a real problem for these plants. They were already declining, and they were all like this close to being completely rotted out, and obviously the plants don't like that. So let's move on to the next plant I'm working with really quick. So this is my Monstera lantiana mint, and it's actually pretty happy. It did lose a few of the older leaves, but it's grown like 3 new leaves since I got it. And it was also this close to rotting out in that moss. Apparently, when I thought that that moss was dried out, it was not. So I'm really happy that I got these plants into pots, into regular soil, into a nice chunky mix. With that, I am going to wrap up this video. Thank you for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, I really appreciate it. Go ahead and like the video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, then come back next time, and let's grow together.